Hey everyone, I want to thank you for checking out this video today. In the past few videos I've kind of talked about more of the short-term time frame after my brother's death, and this one I want to kind of talk about the year as a whole. The last time that I saw my brother was on Christmas Eve 2007. The family had no idea that we were never going to see him again after that, and I remember enjoying the evening, and it was just, like every other Christmas Eve before that. But I had no idea that every other Christmas Eve after that was going to be completely different. After that, the first major event that came was on his birthday. And it was on this time, as the time drew near, I remember debating with myself, am I going to celebrate his birthday? And I remember it being such a difficult decision because it was just so much pain involved. I came to the realization that I was either going to celebrate him or I was not going to. And I finally decided that I was going to celebrate him because I wanted to honor him. Even though he died, I wanted to honor him even afterwards by choosing to celebrate his life. In years past, I started a tradition where many of my small celebrations, I would go off and get myself a chocolate milkshake. And it's something that I can't do every day, so it became kind of like a special event for me. And I remember the night I decided I was going to celebrate his birthday, and I went out and got a chocolate milkshake, and I held it up in a toast to him, and just said out loud, I love you, brother, and I really miss you. Happy birthday. And I remember afterwards how it was definitely painful, and it hurt a lot. To celebrate him, I was able to choose something I felt that honored him. It brought, memories back, the good times. And I think it was very beneficial for me. I can definitely say I don't regret doing that. In the months that followed after that, there was other activities like fishing is something that me and him used to do a lot. And he would always drag me out to some place. I didn't know where we would go half the time, but he just would find some spot where we could do some fishing together. And I remember I didn't even have the desire to do that anymore. And after that, it was hunting season. It was something that me and him used to do, weekly. And it became like one of the times that I would get a chance to see him more often was, during the hunting and fishing season. So, but I no longer had the desire to do any of those activities either. So, in one sense, I was, celebrating, but in another sense, like for some of these activities that we used to do together, I started to lose interest in them. And the same thing with sports. People ask me why I'm not a sports fan today. It's not because I don't enjoy watching the games or anything, but watching football and baseball, these were some of the things that me and my brother used to do. And even in our older years, like once we became adults, sometimes he would come around, Thanksgiving, we'd watch a game or something. And, now that he was gone, I no longer had the interest in it again. And add to that the way people ridicule each other in their sports teams. I didn't have the heart to fight with anybody over, like my brother's favorite team. So I kind of dropped off the map in that regard too. That's the thing about losing someone, there's activities that are involved. Sometimes it's just times of the year when you saw that person, and it's such a total shock to your system that you just don't know how to deal with it sometimes. So you do your best to deal with it when the time comes. And I remember when it finally got towards Christmas, the family could feel the pain rising, and we decided as a family that we were not going to spend Christmas the same way we did the year before. And so we ended up driving about 6 hours away to a place we used to visit for our time at the beach in the summer times. But this was in a winter time, so it was, not very crowded at all. But it was something different, and I think for us at that moment in time in our lives, we kind of needed something different, because what was familiar was so painful, and it helped us get through that first year. And at the end of the year, I remember thinking, we got through all the first where we were not going to see him for those events and for those activities. And I gotta say, it was a huge challenge, but I will say it was the worst part of the journey. And from that point on, I'm not going to say everything got great, because it didn't. It still hurts. Even to this day, I still feel the pain from all this, but it's nowhere near what it once was. I'm very grateful for that. And like I said before, as much as it pains me sometimes, I still like to celebrate him in all these unique ways. And I think it's really helped me deal with this loss. And I hope, maybe there's something that you can do out there to help you deal with your loss. That's going to wrap up this video. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. If you're going through something that's hard and a struggle like I went through, my heart goes out to you today. And I just pray that you are able to get through as best as possible. And I hope that in the future, you can see some light in your life. Take care everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.